What's up, folks? I'm Odd, by the way, and welcome back to the Bootleg Pokemon Challenge. Happy New Year, by the way. This is the first video of the year. Just wound up being Pokemon because that's how I decided to space these episodes out. So, but this is in fact the first video of 2025. It is currently the first as I'm recording. This will probably come out on the 4th, or something like that. This is episode 17. But if you're new here, the idea is basically that I draw three bootleg Pokemon from this little baggie, and either based off of their bootlegged nature or some sort of real life trait or any number of other things, I will then draw a custom Pokemon based off of this bootleg or inspired, whatever. So yeah, this is basically just a fun way to have a random selection. Initially there were 72. We are coming quite close to the bottom of the bag, actually. So there are many on my desk at the moment. Because usually I'd store them in here, but I don't want to get any of them mixed up. It's just there's a lot. There's many. There's more. Hold on. There's so many. They're just. I don't know why I did that to myself. I have to clean that up. Anyway, so yeah, that's the basic idea of this challenge, and I have a lot of fun with it. So with that, let's just get right into it, and we will make our first selection of the new year. And we'll probably finish this series this year. Hopefully. Math. I think so. Okay. And then I will probably move on to other Pokemon-related series. Pokemon will not be going away because there's plenty more ideas. Okay, you. Gengar! Well, enhance. It looks a bit like a Ditto became a Gengar. Well, no, he's got a little bit of red in his eyes, but you can't quite see it because it's like the same tone as the rest of his body. So it just kind of looks like Gengar forgot to use how to use scary face. He's so goofy. Oh, yes. Alright, next selection. Pull these guys back up. And you are a Arbok? Arbok. Enhance. He's got such tiny eyes, both on his face and his false face. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Little noodle. He just looks like he's going. Little goofy guy. Okay. Another purple. So we're dealing with some purple this time. Purple is one of my favorite colors, so that's fun. And our final selection of the day is you. Round. As coughing. This one's not too bad. It's gray, though. Enhance. Like, it makes sense for it to be gray. It's supposed to kind of be like an off purple, which again, a whole purple selection this time around. And I believe with Arbok, that makes this all Gen 1? Arbok, Gengar, and Coughing. And all purple. Purple Gen 1 squad. Team Rocket squad that we are dealing with today. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's the most cohesive group that we've gotten so far. So I'm curious to see how I can go about this. But at that, I will just throw this right over to Speedpaint voiceover and show you what I've done with these three when we get there. See you there. Starting out with our Gengar, I get to apply new knowledge I learned on my own. I will say this series has me down some research rabbit holes a lot of the time, and there even is one later on in this video, but in this case, I learned this passively. Speaking of rabbit holes, though, I saw that Gengar's permanent smile and cat-like appearance could be partly inspired by the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland, and I had also recently learned about smoke tabbies. Smoke tabbies look kind of like the inverse of your regular tabby, like a black cat got silver stripes. I thought it would be cool to have a Gengar with lighter stripes, and of course have him do the Disney-style Cheshire Cat thing where his stripes stay behind as he disappears. I don't think there could have been any other name for this boy other than Cheshire. Despite his laid-back personality as a Gengar, Cheshire had a rough start. He was born in the wild with a rare gene that didn't allow him to disappear fully into the shadows as a Ghastly. Fortunately, he was adopted by a human girl who was lost in the woods one day, a situation that reminded her of a book she'd been reading including a striped Pokemon with a cheeky grin, so she named him Cheshire. The then haunter knew the route out of the woods, and the two became inseparable since. Cheshire is still a regular prankster and has been able to disappear his stripes, but often decides not to so he can be sure he'll get credit for his work. Next up, we have the coughing. I forget if I said the wrong step for this Pokemon. I always get the two confused. I mean, Wheezing basically just has that parasitic twin thing going on, and that's it. Upon reading more, I realized that coughing is basically a balloon filled with methane gas, and that's also why they know explosion. For the longest time, I figured it was some sort of rock, like a meteorite or something, but a good few Pokédex entries mention that it has a thin membrane surrounding the gas that fills it. Is it like a swamp bubble? Anyway, realizing my initial interpretation was different, I decided to sort of play on that. I've made what could effectively be regional variants a few times for this series, so I decided I would make a volcanic coughing and have it look like pumice, that kind of holy volcanic rock that we use for like scrubbing calloused skin on our feet. I named her Sulfur because I assume that's what this variant would smell like above all else. This variant of coughing appears near active volcanoes and has a much worse temperament than its cousins. It spews clouds of ash and occasionally the far more dangerous carbon monoxide. It's usually pretty easy to keep away from them if this happens though, because even though the carbon monoxide is odorless, you can smell the coughing itself before you see them. Some historians link this type of coughing with humans deciding to add sulfurous smells to odorless natural gas. And finally, the Arbok. This is where those research dives come in. I'm not usually all that into herpetology, but I know reptiles can have all sorts of cool variants, so I usually wind up looking for more interesting ones I can add. This time, it's the lavender morph. This is, according to my very limited research, a type of albinism, but the kind that preserves cooler tones over warmer ones, and results in a very light purple color in snakes. Given Arbok is already purple, this felt like it could fit really well while adding some variety. I made her a much lighter purple and added some banding just for a little bit more interest, and changed the color of her eyes and the eyes of her false face to purple too. Arbok is usually shown hissing, but I wanted kind of an alert but calm expression here. It does kind of point out how their faces don't change much from Ekans, though. Regardless, I named this girl Amethyst. Amethyst is the lead for a poison enthusiast trainer, but she didn't start there. Initially, she was bred to be a pet, or rather, more of an accessory. Her shady breeder insisted she was tame, often showing off her calm disposition. She went through several homes. In reality, Amethyst just isn't easily spooked, but she's incredibly intelligent and can tell when she isn't being treated with respect. She observes every move of the people and Pokemon surrounding her, which makes her a great companion for her current trainer, with whom she does share a mutual respect. They both intend to show other trainers what Amethyst's many former owners learned. A calm snake is not a tame snake. And that's my pack of purple Pokemon this week. Well, one didn't stay purple, but still. This is a darker bunch, and all originally poison types too. It's fun to dip into the kind of more dangerous side of Pokemon. Besides Cheshire, of course. Cheshire is a pretty typical Gengar and a good boy. Anyway, let me know what you think and which one of these three turned out your favorite. I really like the idea of a volcanic coughing line myself. It just makes sense. And a fire poison typing would be super cool. I actually don't know if that's happened yet. Subscribe if you want to catch more of this series or any other fun art challenges I do in the future. At that though, I'll leave this here, and I'll see y'all next time.